Okay, so I got new shock absorbers for the little Geo Tracker here. I got a little pipe wrench deal here to freaking hold the thing. Those nuts on top are 14 mm. When I tried to turn them, it was turning the entire shock. And you know, it don't work like that. So I'm gonna get this to grip, and we'll put this on top. There you go, pop that sucker loose. Sorry to get my arm in the way here, but I'm gonna get the nut off. Looks like the threads are pretty good. I can get it off with my fingers. Okay, now they double nut these so they don't come loose, come off. Okay, the next one we're gonna try the ratchet end. These don't switch directions, so make sure you got it on the right direction, and make sure you don't get them in a spot where you can't get them out. If you loosen something too much, sometimes you can't get it off the top, and then you got problems. Keep my arms out of the way over here. That was good. Shot the thing right out the back. Okay, that's the wrong direction. Yeah, got the rubbers and stuff on there, so a little more fun there. Buggers. Wrenches like to work their way up and stuff, and kind of come off, especially when I'm not really looking at it because I'm trying to stay out of the way of the camera. Makes things interesting. This nut, I think, has the little press points or something on it because it's not getting any easier much here. No, there it goes. Might just be the lower threads a little boogered or something, a little rust in there. Okay, we'll get this sucker off here. This is like one of the easiest little jobs you can do. Shocks are pretty simple. Make sure you see how your hardware goes. It says the little dome on top, and then under that there's a little rubber grommet. You gotta make sure you put the new hardware on the same way. Look at that thing, it just collapsed right out of there. It's just blown out. I think that's from my accident. This tire came off, and the rear end slammed into the ground, and I think it caused some issues there. Now, let's see. Oh, wow. It did bang that up. They said, oh, it didn't even hurt the insurance guy said, or the mechanic guy said, oh, it didn't even hurt the bottom mount on your shock. Well, I'll show you right here. You can tell it's all buggered up. Yeah, bent and wavy that sucker is. It just bent that shock bracket up. That one's got a little bend in it, but it's a whole lot straighter than this one. So we'll lay this down here. That's one thing I like this phone I got. It's the flip. You can bend it a little and set it down because I can't fit my camera tripod that low. And somehow I lost my clip-on mount. So I'm gonna go get camera mounts again. But yeah, like I say, this shock just falls all the way down. It's blown out. Let's see, that looks like it's probably going to be about a 16 mm, 17. Yeah, 17. Okay. So now I'm going to have to find a 17 mm wrench because this hole back here, without taking the tire off, it won't come off there. I'll reach over here and grab my 17 mm ratcheting end wrench, and we'll make sure we got it to take off. Okay. Oh boy, that sucker's tight. So we're gonna put this 14-inch ratchet on here. We're gonna work that baby off there. Oh, there she goes. Sometimes you want to before you start, it's good to take a can of like PB Blaster and spray off the threads and clean them all up and oil them up and stuff. Like I did on my Thunderbird video, I showed that. I was struggling with the shock absorber, and I shot some PB Blaster on top of the threads on top of the shock, and they come right off, you know. Came right off easy. I almost just had to touch them with my finger. Okay, so there's your nut. Keep track of that. And there's your lock washer. Pop that baby out there. Make sure you put it together the same way. As you can see, there's another little grommet and another little metal piece there. This way it's kind of hard, but this way it just falls down. So it's almost like still working on that direction, but then it's blown out, so it just drops. Makes my car ride pretty sketchy. So we got these new Master Pro shocks here. We've got this one opened already. They come with a little pack of hardware. Like I say, make sure you know which way your hardware goes. And then your new shock absorber. But try to keep them nice and clean when you're putting them together. And you see, yeah, you gotta push to compress them. Then when you let loose, they work back out. The spring will help them too, but yeah, so we're gonna take the nut off the end of here. Most of them only come with one nut and they work fine that way, but if you double nut them, it's just an extra little bit of safety. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put this one back in first. Okay, and then get our lock washer and stuff on here. This isn't a long job, it isn't a hard job. It's just some maintenance that a lot of people don't worry about. And yeah, you should definitely worry about maintaining your shock absorbers, because they can even affect your control of the vehicle. If you hit a bump and your vehicle goes one way and your shock goes crazy, it'll throw you off the dang road almost. It's a very, very important deal, so make sure you get them good and tight. I use this 14-inch Icon 3/8 drive. They told me to test this sucker to the limits. Kim says when they're 3/8 you shouldn't do stuff like this with them. You should use a 1/2 inch. They're lifetime warranted, so we're gonna try it out. I seen the darndest thing too yesterday. Guy from Big O Tire was in there. He was exchanging 3 torque wrenches. I'm sitting here like, man, you guys never make any money if you... Okay, this does have a little lock, or little nut to lock that. You guys ain't gonna make any money if you're letting commercial people buy your tools. Okay, so you got these. Make sure you got the beveled out part on the threads that go down. Well, that was smart. Now that sucker don't want to turn. Got it too tight in there and don't want to move very well. Okay, so you put your little bevel part down, get your little cup up. And then these, some of them are different. These are the same on both sides, so it doesn't matter which way they go in there. But yeah, we're gonna have to fight this sucker up here now, because I got that so tight. Here, we're gonna loosen it. We'll loosen her up. Oh man, that thing is definitely. So next one we'll know. We can put the top in first on these because they kind of grab. Okay, so get it nice and loose there. Okay. Then put it in the hole up top, and then we'll go back around up top and I'll finish that up. Now, one thing I'm not liking about this, look at the other one. It might just be because I got the load off of it. I think I got, no, they're the same. Okay. Let's say almost look too short, but I think it's just because I got the load off. So, okay, let's tighten this back up. Flip this around. Get them real tight again. And it's lined up where it needs to be. Okay. Okay, that's plenty tight. Now, let's go up top. Grab the rest of our hardware here. Okay, now we'll go up here. Drop the nut. Okay, now put you back in my tripod here. Get you lined up. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to let the jack down a little so we can lower that on. Okay, now we got pressure down on it. So we're going to put our next grommet on. Put that rubber grommet over top. Kind of harder from over here because there's a piece of plastic or whatever in the way. Actually, no, that's metal. That's the body. Okay, so work that on there all the way down. And we're gonna make sure we get our cup down on this one to where our rubber sits inside of it. Put that on. Then we're gonna take our bigger, heavier nut, put on there. Get it as far as you can with your fingers. The ratchets don't like to go when it's too loose. Make sure our ratchet's the right direction. Like my dad's getting his four-wheeler out. Getting his trailer or something. Man. Put my finger on here a little just to put some tension on there so it goes good. My ratchet wasn't working, it was not enough pressure on it. And don't be dumb like I just did. Make sure your shock's not just spinning down there. Okay. So I'm gonna get under here. Put the wrench on there again. Put it up by the top of here. Do it better from underneath. This one's a little fatter, so I gotta loosen it. No, it's not grabbing. There we go. Yeah, I was noticing half the time the shock was turning. I wasn't paying attention. Sometimes you overlook things and don't pay as much attention when you're making videos. Let's see here. About got her. There we go. And then I'll put that top nut on, the little guy, so it locks. And you have two 14s. You can hold the bottom one with one and then do the top one with one. But I just have one out here right now, so put the little nut on there. We'll turn it, make sure the shock's not turning. Get it good and tight. Double nut something, it just kind of locks it from moving at all. Anyhow, get underneath. Hold this again. Get the top nut tight. This thing. There you go. That's great. Make sure you only got the one top nut. You're not grabbing both of them. Okay. Here we go. So I'll do the other side without y'all. That's long enough for a good video. And it's the same exact procedure, so kind of covered what you do if the shock's turning and all that. So thanks for tuning in. Please like, comment, subscribe. Catch you on the next one.